CP340 Networks and Data Security, Section 15. Adhere to ethical principles and standards. Contents 15.1. Adhere to a personal ethical standard to protect sensitive information when a trade-off has been made between security and ease of use. And references. 15.1. Many of the ethical issues that face IT involve privacy, ranging from emails, monitoring keyloggers, documents, and more. Keyloggers would be tracking employees' keystrokes and, during the day, stuff like that. A common term in any ethical discussion is a slippery slope, which refers to the ease that comes with breaking ethical standards. It's pretty easy to start looking at employees' emails and stuff like that, breaching their privacy. NDA. A non-disclosure agreement, NDA, is a legal contract between at least two parties that outlines what could be shared and spoken about. An example of this would be in game development. Let's say a company is working on a game. They don't want anyone talking about it or leaking it or something like that. They want to save it for a big reveal at E3 2018. So they have their employees sign these forms so they can't talk about what they're working on to their families or friends, or leak it over the internet, for instance, because they'll be held liable for that if they are found they leaked it. Another example would be a hospital, as employees will, with access and knowledge about how the system internally works, would have to sign one of these contracts to keep the system safe from hackers. So let's say I'm working in the hospital and I don't know, I work at the database, for instance, and I know how data is transferred and stored in there. Well, if I go out there and I talk to a friend and he asks about it and I tell him, maybe he goes out and tells someone else, and so on and so on and so on. A hacker gets a hold of this information and they try and exploit it, essentially. HIPAA. Health and Information Protection Act, HIPAA, was introduced in 2004 and updated in 2016, and it helps ensure safety in personal health information. With this act, all privacy breaches are to be reported to the Information and Privacy Commission. Removal of the commenced within the 6 months limit, which blurred liability. And then finally doubling the fines for privacy offenses from $50,000 to $100,000 for individuals and $250,000 to $500,000 for organizations. So you do not want to mess with this, because that is a lot of money coming out of your wallet. White, gray, and black hackers. Hackers are not inherently bad, as there are different types. Black hats are the type of hacker that the media focuses on and can be considered bad, as they are often trying to steal sensitive information or break systems for fun, for instance, just because they can. White hats are considered ethical hackers because they help companies figure out their weaknesses when it comes to their systems. Showing step-by-step exploits is a major help to any company. These white hat hackers would go to a company, ask if they can help them discover weaknesses, and then they'll go and report back what they find, maybe get paid for it. Gray hats are in between the two previous types, as they can try and breach a company website system without notifying them, so they do it without the company's permission. And then they could report it, or may never report if they find anything, you know? It's blurred. References. Wikipedia is always great. HowToGeek.com was pretty good for hacker types. Computer World was pretty good for ethical issues. And this concludes video 15.